This week, it's all about revisiting Mega Pokemon, and no one's been more disappointing than Venusaur. But with Phantasmal Flames, it adds Genesect, who's able to snipe anyone on the bench, provided you have Meganium, Venusaur, and a whole bunch of energy in play. So that begs the question, why are more than half of you not subscribed? Also, does Genesect fix Mega Venusaur? Of course not. The Thick Toad still does too little damage while giving up 3 prizes to a lot of decks. Undeterred, I decided to build a couple wacky lists in addition to the typical one you'd expect that can be seen on screen right now with Ogerpon EX. One of the major issues I discovered in that original playthrough was Teal Mask Ogerpon being too big of a liability. So in some of those lists, I just took it out. Realistically, you only need 2 grass energy in play at all times to run the Venusaur deck. Obviously, to take KOs with Genesect, it will require a lot more, but with Turbo Energize, Manual Attachment, and cards like Wo-Chien, it's more doable than... Wait, is the reason you're not subscribed because I tell immature jokes? Fine, it's more doable than a test you studied all night for. There, does that get you to tap a button on your phone screen? Since I'm not a complete idiot, Dawn won't be making an appearance here. Sure, Dawn gets a basic Stage 1 and Stage 2, but Venusaur also requires a Stadium and Energy. Lillie can get all of those. Dawn can't, making her probably the most disappointing card in Phantasmal Flames, unless you count Mega Gengar. To would appear we're in a mirror match, I think. Oh God, why does PDCGL is just so stupid? All right, so let's go Forest of Vitality. If I'm assuming that this is what it is, then I can ditch my stadiums and everything. And I guess if I want to win the game this turn, I should prioritize the Chikorita. And yeah, let's go Iono. But again, we're playing Taram. I thought about Joltik, but remember, it's 2 grass and 2 lightning. So it doesn't... Oh, this is terrible. We got 0 energy. For some reason, this deck just does not draw cards. Whatever you need to win the game, this deck will not find it. All right, let's get a Toedscool down. And then probably lose the game next turn, because that's just what's going to happen. So yeah, I thought about the Joltik that's 2 grass, 2 lightning. And that might be good. But remember, you can't find it with Bug Catching Set, so you'd have to play like Buddy Buddy Poffin, but Buddy Buddy Poffin doesn't get your Bulbasaur, and you know, you wouldn't put Lightning Energy in the deck because everyone in your deck attacks for pure grass. I mean, you could put the Lightning on a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Hey, it's a full, so this will be in the YouTube video no matter what. Just to show you just how bad Teal Mask Ogerpon is, because this is going to literally come down to... okay, so they're going to have a Meganium. Interesting. Oh, and they also have a Regigigas. But they don't have what they currently need to win. And the fact that they have their Meganium means that I can take a knockout here. See, they got their Bug Catching Set. So my Ogerpon, I believe, is about to get knocked out. And they got 260, which is really good. And I literally have no recursion here. I have no way to win. Unless I top deck some amazing things. This is how great this deck is, oh hey, I'm just going to lose now. Yeah, it really just comes down to who gets the best start, the best draw. And walking plane, I'm playing Mega Venusaur because Genesect came out. All right, so I believe this is a KO. Oh, it's not. Oh, they've awoken the beast. That's what I told my ex-wife every time I woke up in the middle of the night because she was snoring too loudly. You've awoken the beast. Prepare to pay the toll. All right, here we go. This deck is about to fail miserably. Okay, so we take the knockout. So that's easy. We're going to knock them out. They are in a really rough spot, but this is just, if they didn't have Meganium down, we would not be... Yeah, so we're taking the knockout. We're taking like a perfect KO here, which is great. But it's kind of showing just how bad this deck is that... Oh, there's a Toedscruel. Do I want Toedscruel? Effects of attacks. I don't think I want Toedscruel. Oh, that's bad. Sure, let's get you. And then I guess I slap it down because, again, they're not going to bump our stadium. And the reason I want to put the Ogerpon down is just to obviously get more energy into play. And you want to thin the deck an extra card so you can hopefully find an Ivysaur, which I did. Good. Okay, am I worried in any way that they knock out my Venusaur? I don't think so, right? I don't think I'm worried. I'm more worried about a revenge Iono and then I lose everything. So I think what I do is we don't put extra energy on the Venusaur because that would potentially open us up to, if they get a Venusaur and then load up a Teal Mask Ogerpon, they can do that. So yes, it'd be nice to protect my energy in this situation, but I can't really do that. And we had Fezandipiti and Iono on the prizes. But yes, if Pokebeach is correct, which they almost always are, March 26th in Pokemon TCG Live will be Perfect Order, our first main set of 2026, which officially begins the J block. Oh, this is Ogerpon Meganium without Venusaur. Yeah, you're seeing that Dawn is not good. I entertain the idea of playing Dawn in the deck, but as the YouTube audience knows, because I mentioned it in the opening, Dawn gets you a basic Stage 1 and Stage 2. Unfortunately, Venusaur also needs energy and a stadium. So it's like, yes, Dawn is a great card for Forest of Vitality until you remember that you have to get Forest of Vitality and Dawn doesn't get you Forest of Vitality, right? Lillie's off the top gets you 8 cards. That could be Forest of Vitality, 4 Bug Catching Set. Yeah, they realize that Venusaur is not great, but I think I just win if they can't find an energy switch, or no, if they... Okay, so yeah, they got the bosses. I kind of assumed something like this would happen, and then I guess they go for Meganium. If they go for my Meganium, that's stupid. Yeah, they wouldn't go for Meganium. They took a golden shower. This is the downside to playing a Venusaur-less list, is that they can't get the Regigigas powered up. Obviously, in that situation, Regigigas would have been the perfect person to take a knockout, because then I only take 1 prize. Unfortunately for them, it did not go their way. All right, we want the other dude. So we're fully set up in terms of energy and everything. And I do just win the game with Genesect. Assuming it's not prized, but it probably is prized. All right, can we get the Toedscruel? There's the Genesect. All right, so if I'm going to Iono them, then I want the Genesect to not be in my hand. And we want to hope that I do not get the Genesect off of this Ogerpon. So do one thing right in your life and don't give me a Genesect. You can give me anything else. I will take literally anything else. Do not give me a Genesect. Thank you. Okay, so we have no reason to get anything. There's no reason to worry about effects of attacks. We just go... Yeah, we just attach that energy. We go Iono. And then I would really like to see Genesect off of this. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. All right. So then we want to spread our cheeks. We want to make sure our cheeks are spread as wide as possible. Oh, I hate... Okay. No, we want that there and then that there. Okay. So we want our cheeks as spread as possible. And nothing else. And they cannot win the game on their next turn unless they do some voodoo magic and just make something crazy happen. So yeah, this is... I entertained the idea of playing Dawn. I ultimately decided, hey, Dawn kind of sucks because it gets you your Pokemon. It doesn't get you the stadium or the energy. And as you've seen, finding energy can be really difficult for no reason in this deck. And this is why Genesect improves the deck. Is you can almost, if you focus on Genesect, you can cut Gust cards from your list. Right? Like obviously Terra Pokemon are immune, but I'm going to take the knockout on that Mew right there. That Mew is my win condition. I'm going to knock out the Mew because I'm going to have 6 energy in play with the Max Rod. And like they're doing all these things. They think they have a chance to win. They're like, okay, he's playing a Venusaur Meganium Ogerpon deck. He has no chance. Please don't Iono me. Please don't make me eat my words here. Oh god, they're going to Iono me. Oh, there's a Lillie's. Good. And Kite Pyro, it's going great. It is going amazing. It's going swimmingly. Call me, wait, what are you doing? You don't have it like that. Call me a Sea King because it's going swimmingly. All right, so yeah, if they would have been able to have a Venusaur, they could use Regigigas. Regigigas is just really good. And then we win the game. It's that cool. So, Yeah, we go Retreat. And Milo Myrtle, oh, you have not watched my video, have you? You did not watch, or the stream. Might have been just the stream. But it went terribly every single time. Literally every single time that I think I have it. No, I have to accelerate because I don't quite have it. But every time I faced Dragapult, I would get the turn 2 Yan Mega. I would put all of the energy onto the Regigigas, have the Regigigas perfectly ready to go to knock out the Dragapult the next turn. Every single time they would get Rare Candy, Dragapult, Neo Upper, Counter Catcher, and win the game. All right, and there we go. Bug Cannon. We could have knocked out the Fez, but let's go for this guy. See? There you go. Genesect does improve Venusaur, but you have to have 6 energy in play. That's the one downside, is that in order for the dude to really do anything, unless they have a Squawkabilly, unless they have, you know, a naked Mew EX, you have to have 240 because the Latias has 210, you know, Raging Bolt has 240, so Fezandipiti has 210, so you essentially need 6 energy in play for Genesect to be a thing, but when you do, deck seems pretty slightly better. I think if I just Joe Biden my time here, we're going to be fine. Because again, this is Mega Box. Mega Box I never lose to this deck. As long as I don't attack, I'm going to win the game. It's literally that simple. Hey, how do you win this matchup, Pilot? You just don't attack. It's literally that simple. All right, let's go see what we get. Get probably nothing. I don't think I want the Meganium. And I don't want the Bulbasaur. So if I just go for the Toedscool. Okay, so Bulbasaur. Yeah, I have to put the Bulbasaur down. And then I could put the Toedscool down, which I think might... Ooh, that's good. Okay, so Bayleef can go there. And then I think in this situation, I put the Toedscool down. And then we just go end turn. Because I'm fully expecting them to use Mega Absol this turn, and if they don't, that's fine. Because if they put 3 energy on a Mega Kangaskhan, that puts them in the danger zone of being knocked out by a Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then I just have an easy KO on the Absol for game. They have to Crispin if they want to attack with Mega Kangaskhan. That's really bad. They could Crispin to the Mega Absol and energy switch from a Monkey Dory to the Absol. Yeah, or just do nothing, and that's really bad for them. So we have to play around stupidity here. All right, let's go Teal Dance. See what we get. That's a Forest of Vitality, which we don't need. Okay, so I believe prevent all effects of attacks, but like the only effect is, I mean, they could confuse. Oh no, Clutch. Clutch would be a thing here. There we go. So Clutch would mess me up a little bit. But this is the thing. Tord's deck is a meta call. I've said this numerous times. It is a very well-made deck for tournament level play. On TCG Live, when you don't know exactly what you're doing, and you know you're not one of the top players in the entire world, I have a 90% win rate against this, and the strategy every single time is just don't attack. If you don't attack, they can't do very much. We don't quite have what we need, so this is the strategy. Like, I know it's boring, and hot dog buns, good luck. I know this is very boring, but like, this is the strategy. I'm teaching you all. This is exactly what you do. You look at their board position. What can they do? They can overload a Mega Absol, but Mega Absol is weak to grass. They can put 3 energy on a Mega Kangaskhan and knock out my Chikorita. But then if I just go Meganium Venusaur, I knock out their Kangaskhan super duper easily. They went and grabbed Bravery Charm and Energy Switch, but it looks like they're just going to use Turbo Energize to buy themselves a turn. Okay, well, I can go Venusaur, or I can do something really crazy and just hit end turn. I think that's the correct call right there. Oh, that's the super sexy, super, ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, press 1 if you're turned on by that move that I just made. And they got the Bravery Charm, but I think that's fine because yeah, the bravery charm is basically erased now because they're activating my strategy. You know, I haven't done anything this entire game, and I'm in the driver's seat right now. Yeah, okay, go for an Ogerpon. I don't care. If you flip tails, this is a real risk right here, buddy. This is kind of a risk. Obviously, my hand is dead, so it's not that big of a risk, but I mean, you could flip tails. Oh, they got it. Oh, wow, they really got it. Okay. So in this situation, we go up with the Ogerpon, and then we just sort of see what happens. It's unfortunate they were able to bosses that because now we have less energy to screw around with. And I need both. Okay, so I think what I do is, first off, we attach to the, we get the Ogerpon the energy. That's not good. Because I can get Meganium or Venusaur. I can't get Meganium and Venusaur. So I think in this situation, we play with our balls. We get rid of those two. We go and get whichever one we have one of, which is the Venusaur. And then we go Fezandipiti. We get a supporter. And then we use that Lillies to get everything else we need. Oh, dear God. Thank you. This deck just, it is, you know, Bug Catching Set, it's a double Great Ball, and it still somehow fails. It's a double Great Ball. My balls are great, but it still fails. All right, so 3 hundo, we just attach to you. And then because I have Toedscruel, we're fine. The issue, of course, is that actually there isn't much of an issue. Because all I do is I give them a golden shower, we take the KO. They actually don't have a way to knock out my Ogerpon this turn. There's literally zero way they can knock out my Ogerpon this turn unless they have like a Vitality Band. And if they do something like, oh, I'm going to knock out your Fezandipiti, that doesn't help. And if they try to use Clutch, we have the Toedscruel. So the Toedscruel with Protective Mycelium. And don't forget the Colonoscopy Rush can do, if I put energy on every single one of my bench Pokemon, this is doing 280. This is better than Mega Venusaur in the right situation. Okay, Lively Stadium doesn't matter. It does mean that Genesect is probably going to be a non-factor this game. But if I had, what, 7 energy on the Genesect with Meganium in play, that's a knockout on a, wait, 8? Wait, 7 times 20 times 2 is 280. Yeah, so I would need to have 7. 8 wouldn't do it. So, I mean, if I had all 9, we could take the KO. Or I could just... No, I can't really sit back and use the Genesect here. If in some strange world they manage to knock out my Meganium or my Fezandipiti or something, then yes, I will try to make the Genesect do something. But I don't think that's possible because they'd have to knock out like Meganium and a 2-prizer because I'd need multiple Teal Mask Ogerpon. So yes, I will admit the Teal Mask Ogerpon kind of came up clutch. We hit some decent matchups for this deck. You know, anytime you face Mega Absol with a grass deck, okay, that's fine. And everyone can attack in this deck. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. Oh, because it didn't have the energy attached at the time. Oh, man. Because it didn't have the energy attached at the time. That's right. So we're idiots. We're the idiots here. We're the dum-dums. They're the smart one. All right, well, then I guess I just put all the energy. No, let's do it. Let's see if we can masterfully bait them. Let's see if we can bait them, okay? This has been a boring game up to this point. Let's see if we can bait them by making something happen here. So yes, we're the idiots. I forgot that you have to have the energy attached. But I can potentially use Genesect to take a big KO here. I probably should have preserved the energy if I wanted to make that happen. But if I have 8 energy, that is a knockout on the Kangaskhan, right? Okay, hang on. Do the math with me. So 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 320. Oh, so we're just knocking out everybody. Okay, I'm going to win this game with Genesect. That is the entire strategy. We win this game with Genesect. I will accept no less. But I don't know if I can do that. And they did nothing. Leah, you're asking about Mega Camerupt? Well, you may want to tune into tomorrow's stream. You may want to do that. If you're interested in seeing a Mega Camerupt with Oricorio, you may want to tune into tomorrow's stream. Okay, so let's get rid of... We'll play with our balls, get rid of Toedscool and Nest Ball. We'll get the... I mean, the Meganium doesn't really matter because we can still retreat. Okay, so again, we want to masterfully bait them. We would have won this game very easily, except apparently I don't play Gust cards in the deck. That's fine. So I want to Solar Transfer... One there, and then... I think I just have game, by the way. I know it sucks, but I think I have game. And, yeah, we'll just... Okay, we want them... We want to bait them, okay? That is the whole plan here, is we want to masterfully bait them. That is it. That is the entire strategy that I have in my mind, is we're going to masterfully bait them into making a mistake. So we've set them up. They have no chance to win. If they win this game, it's because I tried to take the knockout with Genesect to win the game to entertain the masses. Because, oh my god, they don't seem to realize that I've already won this game and they're taking forever. And they just need to realize that they're not going to win this one. Everyone say the prank is on you.
Christmas present sub to warm your toes. Trusty 34 lurking.
And ISO Bandit, thank you for the sub. Christmas present sub to warm your toes. My toes are always warm and moist. They're always dripping wet and moist. Okay, so again, this was all for a funny thing to happen. There was no real Mr. Rhyme or reason. Does Rhyme use a Mr... I don't think Rhyme uses a Mr. Rhyme. Please don't. Please just countercatch your bosses or something. Just, yes, they're gonna, yes. Oh, yes, this is great. This is great. Everyone, do you press 1 if you think they're about to concede in shame. Press 1 if you think there's about to be a concede of shame incoming. Oh, this is wonderful. And then I can't win because they're not going to take a knockout. Or do you press 2 if you think they're about to post on the subreddit? So I apologize. I would have won with Genesect, but my opponent is just taking forever. So Genesect would have won us this game just by hitting anyone on the bench. So you can completely just get rid of Gust cards. If I was willing to waste another 5 hours of my life, we could have won this game with Genesect. Unfortunately, our opponent, you know, is worse at reading than we are. We couldn't read Toedscruel, but they doubly couldn't read Toedscruel, and I'm half the reader that they are, and that's twice as good as you think I am. I'm going to do everything in my power to make this happen. We can knock out that Ralts and force a concede here if we just get what... Oh, come on. Come on, bro. Okay, so we attach to the active. I'm going for it here. Oh, actually, we can just knock out the Badoo. Hang on. We can just knock out the Badoo and make their life a living hell. So let's do that. Yeah, see? Bug Cannon, baby. Oh, what's that? You gave me a free prize? Thanks, bro. And look at this. We got the double experience share. If they knock out my Genesect this turn, we just got everything. So I was going to say, I'm going to do everything in my power to knock out that Ralts, but it would have taken a Herculean effort. They already bumped one of my Forest of Vitality, which really sucks. But all I have to do to knock out a Monkey Dory with Genesect, this is one very unsung part of this card, is speed attack does exactly 110 damage. How many hit points does Monkey Dory have? It has exactly 110. But you have no idea. I spent so much time just looking at literally every single grass Pokemon that is currently in Standard to build ways of playing Genesect without Teal Mask Ogerpon. And there's not a whole lot, right? Like, yeah, the Joltik would be good if it was a grass type, but it's a lightning type. And also, you know, 30 hit points and requires an energy is kind of tough. You know, you could take advantage of the lightning aspect of it and put the lightning on the Teal Mask Ogerpon, but then that defeats the purpose of taking out the Ogerpon to add in the Joltik for the 4 energy. Oh, this is great. This is great. Okay, we can potentially do it. I'm going to go for an Ogerpon. I'll attach to the active, because, I mean, worst case scenario, we're just speed wanging all over the place. All right. Oh, we are so in there. We got, please, PDCGL. You have a chance to be the coolest person in the room right now. Okay, I think I want the energy because we don't... No, we want the Venusaur. Because we don't need the Venusaur off of the Iono. So we need several things. Worst case scenario, I'm just speed attacking a Monkey Dory for a knockout. But if we just get it like the... Ah, crap. Okay, I mean, speed attack, and we get to keep 2 of the energy. Pretty good. And I know what a lot of you are going to say, but what's the point of experience share if you can just play like energy retrieval or superior energy retrieval? And it's because you get to double dip. Like I double dip toes in people's mouths. Is you can save the energy that's in play. And no, we don't want the Venusaur. We want the Meganium. Sorry, if I misspoke, it's because I was thinking about toes. No, we want the Meganium. We don't want the Venusaur. But you get to double dip, right? You get to keep the 3 energy in play, and then you can max rod for the energy back. So it just keeps additional energy in play because unfortunately Genesect it just wants to gobble down. It wants to gobble down so much energy. In Super Smash Kart, I thought about Fortress, but giving up 2 prizes is not good. You know, you still got to play Meganium. You still have to play Venusaur. Or if you cut out the Venusaur and just have Fortress, you don't really have a way to recoup the energy. If Genesect had a 4 retreat cost and could use Heavy Baton, it's GG. This card is great. But it has a 2 retreat cost, so it can't use Heavy Baton. And yeah. Are they going to knock out my Chikorita this turn? What are they doing? I've already taken 2 prizes. So yeah, I looked at Fortress. Joltik, I just kind of shied away from because it's a lightning type. This is kind of an unfortunate hand. Oh, never mind. If we get an energy, this is a great hand. Oh, but we can't knock anybody out. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so let's go. Ogerpon gets the energy. You know, we're gonna have just a... Oh, man. All right, well, we can hopefully get a Bayleef. Because I'd really like it if that Chikorita survived. Well, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I guess it's just speed attack because 100 and... Wait, is that 120? Can I knock out a Monkey Dory? Hang on. I'm doing 120, right? No, I'm doing 60. Yes, it's if I had the Meganium that I could do something. Yeah, it's if I had the Meganium that I could do something. Sorry, I was trying to do quick math. Because, you know, this is the one Gardevoir player that's actually playing quickly. And we're going to solo them with Genesect. Imagine going to a tournament and being like, how was your night last night, Kai? I got soloed by a Genesect. But weren't you playing Gardevoir? I don't want to talk about it. You must have been playing someone really good. Oh, I mean, it was Trust Your Pilot, the #1 player of 2022. Super Smash Kart, we play 4 Bug Catching Set. And I have never had, like, one really good turn this stream. Like, maybe there was 1 good turn this stream. But you're saying that I'm just going to get 2 Fortress, and Acerola's Mischief, and Forest of Vitality, and Meganium, and Genesect in the active, and do all those things, while they are unable to do anything themselves and knock out my Genesect or my Meganium. And that is why I didn't put down the Forest of Vitality, is because Gardevoir has a way to find their stadium. So if you're wondering, why did you clutch the Forest of Vitality? That is why. Though I did have 2, so maybe I should have, but whatever. All right, so I believe Chikorita's about to get bodied, but that's actually perfect, because if they knock out the Chikorita, then I have access to Fezandipiti, I play with my balls, I catch some bugs, and if you're wondering, oh, do I still have the emote? Yeah, I do. Hang on, where'd it go? There it is. So if you look in the bottom left, that's the Bug Catcher Leo emote. Bug Catcher Leo was the first person to gift me 100 subs on Twitch. And they were the first person to have brain damage, apparently. But they got their own custom emote, and they're a bug catcher, so we gave them a bug catching emote. Very easy. Okay, so now what's the strat? If they knock out Genesect, we get to keep a ton of energy in play, and let's see if they're smart. I don't think they're going to be smart enough to know, because I think we just win the game now. But this is why you play experience share, and they should have gotten rid of both energy. They should have put both energy in the discard pile. That was definitely an oopsie by them. And Zod, exactly. It's a double entendre. And there's an air balloon. Goated in the sauce with the air balloon. All right, so we play with our balls. Go get a Chikorita. Oh, wait, no, we have a Genesect. Oh, no. Okay, we're going to do all the things. All of the things are about to happen here. And I'm going to use Bug Catching Set first because we're just going to get it like that. And we did because we're awesome. Okay, Bug Catching Set one more time. There's Bayleef. Oh my goodness, everyone, it's going to happen. It's happening. It is so happening. Okay, please. I mean, actually, knocking out the active is the thing that makes the most sense, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But we would have, if the Diancie had stayed on the... Okay, we wouldn't have had it anyway. Never mind. PDCGL hates fun. Wait, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's put that there. So can I knock out the Diancie if I put all the energy on Genesect? I don't think I can, actually. Hang on. No, I can't. I can't. I mean, I could knock out the Gardevoir and make their life impossible, but I think Genesect did its job, right? And maybe I have to eat my words here about the Ogerpon being good. But it's just, when I originally played Mega Venusaur when it first came out, that's why I added one more Bulbasaur and one more Chikorita. That's why I added one more Bulbasaur and one more Chikorita. If you're wondering, I thought Japanese list only played 2. Yeah, that's the reason I added one more of each. So when I originally played it, everyone just targeted the Teal Mask Ogerpon. So I was like, well, let's take it out of there. So the next games on the stream will be with no Ogerpon EX in them. If the video on YouTube ends here, I was incorrect. But, you know, I gave it a try, and if you don't try, you can't win. And that's the motto that I live by, which is why I DM Jennifer Lawrence every day, because as Kevin Garnett said, DMing Jennifer Lawrence can only lead to good things.